Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today's episode is going to be the long-awaited product research module. So I want to give you up front, I don't use Jungle Scout, so I'm going to be one of the few people that don't. I use a program called Viral Launch, which I'll show you on here. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to go through, I picked a category that I know absolutely nothing about, and I'm going to go through and see if I can find a product. Kind of my product parameters were to find something that's lightweight, easy, and inexpensive. So somebody just wanted to start out, wanted to try something. This is kind of how I did my product research, although this is definitely not my niche. I'm going to look for something in arts and crafts, which is something that I can't think of anything I know less about. Anyways, I got a little bit of a head start. I got a cup of coffee here. I've been down here for about 10 minutes probably. I'm in my basement dungeon, as I like to call it. And anyhow, so I'm going to get started. So for the sake of brevity, I sort of abbreviated this process a little bit. But as you can see, I'm on Alibaba.com. So what I did for finding my product is I just went into my niche. I went into all categories. In this case, I'm using arts and crafts. So I just clicked on that. I go to find it here. Telecom, gifts and crafts. Here we go. So I went into gifts and crafts. I don't know which ones I went into, actually. I think art, maybe, or art and craft stocks. And then I just started scrolling through. So just to show you how that works, I just click on that, and then it starts showing you all these millions of different things. And so I just kind of went through, and like I said, I don't know nothing about arts and crafts, so I don't even know what a good deal looks like. I'm assuming that in your niche, you'd be able to see something and go, wow, only $1 for that? That seems like a good deal. You get a custom superstar Will Smith life-size wax statue. Probably not a 4-star idea. But anyhow, I scrolled through here. I scroll through a bunch of pages. I kind of get away from the first few and kind of get into the meat of it. So, I might go to page 17, 18, 19. I probably spent 10 minutes looking around, and I found 2 products that I think are good. So, okay, so here you go. So you can see I found one of the things that I found was a wax sealing kit. So here's one here, high-density wax sealing stamp kit. It's $2.30 to $3 a set. 10-set minimum order. See what else it tells us about it. Come on. Computer's being slow today. Alright, so there you go. So it shows you what they can do. Sometimes they'll give you the weight on here. That's what I was looking for. It just gives you all this stuff about it, what it does, what they have. By wax. Different stickers. You can get different custom stuff. You can go research this if you want to. Anyhow, these aren't real heavy. I just can tell by looking at them they're light, but it doesn't tell you. So you have to email and find out the weight. But I mean, this is definitely under a pound. It's 3 little wax sticks, a spoon, 2 votives, and a little handle thing. So, it can't be real expensive. You got a lot of good pictures on here, which is nice. This one had a video. One of them had a video on it. Anyways, so there you go. So to give you an idea. So this has a small minimum order. 10 sets and $2.50 to $3. So, really for $30 plus shipping, you could order these. So that doesn't make them a good idea. So then what I do is I go into Viral Launch and I put in wax seal kit and hit analyze. So what this does is this pulls up all the other things that meet that same criteria, or wax seal kit, keyword essentially. And it'll pull them up. It says it can take up to 20 seconds. Sometimes it doesn't take time at all. Sometimes it takes a while. My internet seems to be slow today. But anyhow, it'll pull it up, and then it'll let you compare all of those, and it'll give it a product idea score. So if you use Jungle Scout, that's similar to what they do there. But this gives you a product idea score between 1 and 5 stars. So if it's a 5-star, it's a guaranteed home run, theoretically. And if it's less than that, act accordingly. I tend to look for 3 stars and above, and then there's other factors that come in there too and what you're trying to do. So in this case, I was sort of taking this from a beginner standpoint, so there's some percentage in just getting out there and doing something. So even if you don't have a home run on your first product, that's okay. You're going to learn, you're going to do stuff, you'll probably do okay. So this one, as you can see, just came up as a 4-star product idea. So in theory, that's a pretty good idea. So this one, you can see, like, this one's highlighted. For some reason, it's not kicking that one into the analysis. So let's click on it and look. Okay, so this one's prime. So this looks very similar, actually, except for its letters. So depending on what letter you want to use, you'd have to order it. They have to stock all these different letters, which that sounds like a drag. But anyways, very similar kit, it looks like. Probably the same thing. But anyhow, I'll go out of that. So these ones are included. So here's this one. So here's another one. This is the same kit. These are all the same. So you can see that they're selling for. If you also, here's another way to do it. Cut. Okay, so this brings up all of the top sellers that hit on those keywords. So as you can see here, I'm just looking through, just quickly looking. The prices seem to be around 13, 14 bucks average. So that's pretty good. That's, you know, not bad. Most of these, looking at it, you can go to competitive view. Is just another way to look at it, and it'll show you pictures. So these all kind of look real similar. Like that's a different thing. But a lot of these are the same. The wax seal stamp kit. These all look almost identical. So anyways, you can do that. You can also go to detailed stats that show your top 5 listings have an average sales of 173 and an average price of $12.79. So that's not bad. They got an average rate review of 4.3. They have an average of 75 reviews. Here's your giveaways needed daily to rank. So this is kind of good. So if you look here, you only need to give away 2 to 6 units. So let's say you need 6 units a day. That's not bad. If you do that for 10 days, that's only 60 units to rank. So that's pretty good. That's definitely a good statistic. Estimated monthly sales are 70 to 300. So you're probably not going to get rich, but you're going to do okay. And you're going to need 20 to 80 reviews to sell well. Again, this isn't totally, you know, perfect, but it gives you an idea. So anyway, so that's pretty good product. This also shows you market trends. So you can see this, the average price over 90 days is, you know, the price looks pretty stable here in this. You know, it's gone up and down a little bit. Right now it's up a little bit, but it's not, you know, it's not moving all over the place. Look at your sales data here too. This is good. This is a product that's really stable. So yeah, you hit a little spike around Christmas, but not bad. It's pretty, you know, pretty flat curve there. It's selling around the same amount. So that's pretty good. The sales is increased 118% year over year, so that's good. Then this is the viral launch analysis. So this will tell you, like in this case, it says it's looking promising. Your potential monthly sales are 20 to 450. Your reviews needed to sell well are 10 to 50. And your sales pattern's typical. This will give you warnings. Like if there's certain things, like if there was a bunch of new sellers, it would give you a warning and say, hey, watch out for market saturation or price drops or whatever. Okay, so then it says the cost calculator in here. This gives you the average sale price. So you can look at that and see, you know, do you think you're going to be above average, below average? I'll show you how I look at that. And then your weight, this is based on a half a pound, 5x2x7. So you can adjust those if you want to edit dimensions. And then you can adjust your landed unit cost. It's going to give you a variation. But let's say we're at $2.50, just for the sake of discussion here. It's going to calculate your referral fee, your FBA fee, everything else. And it's going to tell you what your upfront cost is going to be, how many units you should order. So this is based on the data that you just got. So in this case, it's saying you should order 175 units. You may or may not be able to do that with your manufacturer. You might need to order more. You might need to order less. Your potential monthly profit on this product is $426. And your initial inventory, you'd make $446. So that takes into account your promotional units, the ones you had to give away. It tells you how many you should reorder once you get going, and what your maximum sales potential is. So, you know, realistically, if you sold 155 a month, I think that'd be a great win, because this is a pretty inexpensive product. But that's basically how Viral Launch works. From their market intelligence, you know, situation. I do have a referral link, which I'll post down below. Viral Launch is $20 a month. And they have a deal where if you sign up with the link that I put down below, I get $10 off my bill, and you get $10 for your first month. So a pretty cheap investment, $10. You know, that's 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks, and you can have a lot of fun with Viral Launch and check all these things out. But basically, that's how I do it. You know, to dive into it a little bit deeper, if you find one, like let's say the top seller here is selling 302 units. So we're going to click on his, see what he does, you know, and of course that's not even a kit. All right, so looking at this top seller one, he's got the wax stick set without wicks, and it's got a spoon. So it doesn't really have, that's not actually even really a kit. That's just some wax. So that's not in a nice box. So I would say that's not really comparable to what we're doing. So we'll go to this one, this top one here. So this is $13.99. I think this was real similar. Okay, so this is $13.99. They get a lot of variations, which, you know, again, if it was me, I probably wouldn't try and do a million letters. I'd probably pick one design or whatever. I'm sure they have standard ones, or you could do your own. They've got pretty decent pictures here. You know, looks like they probably factory pictures, but they got some good ones. So the only thing I would say here is, you know, you could have your own pictures done. That might be a little bit better, but they have a pretty good one. Looking at the listing, their you know, listing looks pretty decent. You know, some of this could be improved, but they got a decent listing. Good product description. So yeah, so I don't know if there's a ton you can improve on there. I think the only way you could differentiate yourself is probably by price, and maybe you do a little bit better pictures. But, you know, it's actually a pretty decent listing, most likely. Now, they only have 4 reviews. So, you know, that's encouraging, because looking at the viral launch report, with only 4 reviews, they're selling 155 a month. So that's something we could definitely improve on. You should be able to get more than 4 reviews. You should be able to get to 15, 20 pretty easily. So that definitely is something that we can make an improvement on. Looking at some of these other ones, try this guy. So this is at $15.50. So that's a pretty comparable set, I would say. They don't have or creative, mysterious, like an old mysterious books. All right, so this has a letter design. You have many choices from A to Z. I don't know how they're doing this, because there you go. I guess you can choose it. Well, that's cool. So they're doing letters. So they must stock all these. The only problem I can see with this is you'd have to send Amazon a stock of every letter, which doesn't look like they have. So, you know, if I was going to order this product, maybe I would do something besides a letter. But, you know, the other thing you can do is you can pick the top selling letters. I'm sure the manufacturer would tell you that. And you could pick the top 5. Try it that way. But you could probably pick maybe you pick 5 different designs if you do a peacock and a boat and anchor, I don't know, whatever. So anyways, and again, I'm not advocating for this product, just one for the sake of illustration of this. So that's kind of what I would do. So I would look at that. I would try and come up with 4 or 5 different, you know, ideas, compare the scores, go through each one of the you know, columns and the modules on viral launch, and see which one works. Again, I'm comparing price. You know, shipping. If you're shipping by air, you're going to be looking probably $4 to $6 a kilo, which is 2.2 pounds. So you could kind of factor that in. You'd want to ship it by air. When you're shipping your initial order, you'd want to get it DDP or door-to-door, what they call. So that means that you just pay one fee to the manufacturer, and they deliver it to your door. From there, you can send it to Amazon. Something small like this probably going to cost you $10 or $20. So it's worth it to get it home, check it out. You want to see your product anyways. So anyhow, that's basically how I do research. So I sit here with a cup of coffee. I scroll through Alibaba. I'm telling you, in an hour, you could probably find 20 decent product ideas. So I found 2 in 10 minutes. And I can tell you from doing it myself, I've bought everything from 3 stars to 5 stars. So just because it has a low score, go through everything, because that isn't always accurate. And some of them, like the other one I'm going to show, I'm going to do it in a separate video because it's kind of weird. But the way that they set it up, I'm not sure if they did that to trick the software or why they did it the way they did it. But it only scored as a 2. But if you look into it, I think it's actually a lot better than that. So it's not the gospel, but it should give you a good idea. So anyway, I hope that helped you out. If you have any comments, put them down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and be sure and subscribe for more Amazon tips. Thanks for watching.